Number 6, tenant issues. So, tenant laws, I would say comparatively to Los Angeles and San Francisco and San Diego, are less tenant friendly or leaning, but we still have issues because of the state of California. COVID got really bad. I'm dealing with an issue right now that we're almost to the end of. I will say this, guys, look, humans like humans, whether they're paying the rent or not, generally people are reasonable. If you deal with someone that's unreasonable, I think that's what we're referencing here.
Right.
As far as tenant issues. Adam, what is your go-to? What's your game plan? How can you help the people with this? What should they do?
I think the biggest thing is, again, that you don't want to say it all the time, but make sure the front end piece. Now, if you're already dealing with a tenant issue, you have to maintain that professionalism, that like you said, that empathy, because the worst thing for a property owner to do is to do anything to escalate or retaliate.
Come in guns blazing.
Hostile situation, because that just makes their leverage even worse. If they already were facing a situation where the tenant might have leverage for whatever reason, shaking them up, making them scared or startled or feeling like it's hostile.
And the other thing too is you're rocking their world. Look, at the end of the day, when I sign on the note and escrow gets closed, I'm on the hook for the money. And it's business. We gotta move. And if they're not paying rent, I'm losing money. And so it's business. But on the other side of that, there's a human. So navigating that water, being able to essentially toe that line, Adam, is a skill set. I think you need to look at it, analyze it, prepare yourself for it.
Right.
But you're rocking this person's world. They're paying $1,100 a month, but that property's worth $3,500 a month. You're coming in and be like, we're gonna get $3,500 a month for this, but then we got this human that doesn't have a place to live anymore. So the empathy piece is really important.
And then being understanding of what you're walking into, because if you're obtaining a tenant-occupied property, you should be doing your due diligence to review the leases to see where things, stand currently. And a lot of times, especially in the city of San Diego, you're walking into a situation that, if there is a lease there, you usually have to honor that lease, and you have to do things per San Diego law to make sure that you're not setting up a situation where you think you have the right notice in terms of vacating the property. You don't do things the right way based on San Diego's specific just cause rules. You can be putting yourself in a position where you provide notice, you go through this entire process, you get in front of a judge, and the judge throws the case out.
Does your firm do evictions?
SoCal Realty Law, that's one of our main areas, is unlawful detainers, dealing with residential evictions and things like that. And it's not even just, the eviction process going through trial. We definitely are able to take those on, but at the same time, it's the idea of handling the case from the very beginning, right when a dispute occurred, right when the tenant stops paying or decides they don't want to leave when they agree to. That's when you start to look at ways to resolve the issue, because time is money. And if you have a property, even if you go through the entire process, you go through getting them evicted, get a judgment, you go through the sheriff's process, that's going to take months and months, instead of figuring out a way that may not feel the best, resolving it in a way that might be a cash or keys type solution. But at the same time, you're looking at something that can get you your property back a lot faster, get you into a position where you can get it back to whatever state, whether you want to rent it again or just take it off the market entirely. You have the ability to recover your property.
And that's one thing I will bring up again as far as why attorneys are important, because you can get emotionally attached to an issue that is not worth it. So you can get sued and you want to fight this person, okay? And you're saying there's no way I'm paying him. I had a situation once where a guy fell off the second rung of a ladder in the second week and sued us. And I mean, that's just ridiculous. It makes your blood boil, especially when you first get started in your career, because people are purposely trying to essentially create a situation where they can sue you. But like Adam was alluding to, and this is obviously a different vein on that, is sometimes it's better just to pay someone a couple $1,000s and help them move on their way, rather than go through the time, the energy, the effort. It may end up costing you the same amount of money in dollars and cents on what you put out, whether it be to the attorney or the tenant, but that time is going to kill you. the time will kill you. So again, consult with, people in your guys' network, in your group. Obviously, again, Adam is here in San Diego. He specializes in cases like this. We could do probably 30 minutes at least on tenant issues, on tenant laws in San Diego and California in general, how those are always moving and changing. I deal with situations like that all the time, as does Adam, but we do not have that time today.
Yeah, if you check out our website, we have a calendar where we have monthly webinars going over a litany of real estate law topics, from tenant issues to investor issues to buyer issues for failures to disclose and things like that.
What's the website? We'll put it in the description.
SoCalRealtyLaw.com.
SoCalRealtyLaw.com, guys. Information. They're building the community, helping you get more educated as an investor and candidly a tenant.